You know, as a hypnotist, I'm often asked about this whole idea around belief. What I believe, is it true? Where did it come from? What makes me believe something that's different than somebody else? Culturally, religiously, spiritually. Do I believe in the power or the law of attraction? Do I believe in the power and the law of skepticism? Am I reckless with my behaviors? Am I adventurous? Right? Sometimes the definition is part of the belief. Do I believe I can do something? Do I believe I can't? We've all heard the quotes, anything you believe you can't do, you're right. But I just want to, it's a big question, and it has a lot of discussion that I'd like to explore in future videos and in future conversations. And I think it's a bigger picture that we could probably do an entire documentary around. But let me just illustrate a point. When I decided to write a fiction book, I was told by many, many, many people, don't do it. I really wanted to do it. I was so tired of reading books that had a lesson or told me to do something. I just wanted to write something where I would accidentally learn something in the process. I wanted to illustrate it in a way that captivated imagination and harnessed creativity in a way that I hadn't done before. I have an adventurous spirit. That's what I believe about myself. I believe I'm playful. And because I believed I was playful, I was willing to do something. But once I sat down to start writing this novel, I had a little story, a little voice that said, what makes you think you can write this? What makes you think you're capable? I don't know anything about fiction. I've never written a fiction novel. What would possess me to think I could? But I did it anyway. So I did everything I knew by the book. I wrote out what every chapter would be about. And I decided to write The Accidental Audience. Because the accidental audience is I'm going to accidentally learn something, and the audience, I'm the reader. So how do we become that? And as I wrote this, I was following, all of the rules. I'd researched, I was following all the rules. And I sent this book out to as many people as I could because I needed validation that it was a good book. I didn't actually want to print it and put it out to the masses if it wasn't a good book. And so I sent it out to a bunch of trusted friends. They read it. They said, it's really good. I still don't believe them because in my head, the little voice is saying, what do you know about fiction? So I sent it to a competition. In the competition, in the suspense category, this thing pulls second place. Now, you'd think I'd be proud. No, nay, nay. Second proves I don't really know what I'm doing. But then I sat down to really think about where that belief came from. And just because you've never done something before doesn't mean you can't. It just means you haven't. And so we need to adjust our beliefs a little bit that says, I believe I can learn. I believe I can get better. I don't need to be perfect right out of the chute, and neither do you. But we do need to be willing to go for it. So after I wrote this one and it got such great press, we went to Chasing Rhinos. But I just want to illustrate the difference in belief. And as you look at how thick Chasing Rhinos, book 2, really is, you start to see the impact of our belief, how much we're willing to do, how much we're willing to grow, how much we're willing to be better when we believe we can do something versus believing we can't. So I encourage you, just go out and do the thing you think you can't do. Just go for it. You can only get better.